We have participants on the web asking questions, so we will take one question from the web. Is someone back here have a question from the web?
Shane from Johannesburg is asking about knowledge sharing tools, and especially in the development world, sharing information. How can we guarantee quality of information and data in this kind of system? And related, Joseph Abate from Ethiopia asks what can be done to not only supply these gadgets and tools, but consistently fill them with knowledge.
Well, Johannesburg, here's my first answer. 2010 is what one would call a big year, because every kid in Africa is going to be looking at a television screen and seeing their heroes. So do you have a chance to reach into people's minds? I think so. Now, this is a moment. Sports. I said music, but sports. So you take anything that happens during World Cup and wrap around it a way to have those people watching get some new understanding of the world they're in. Quality control is a problem. You can say stupid things or you can say politically, but nonetheless, there are moments in people's lives when they're open to hearing something new, and this will be one of them. And the partnerships between UNICEF and the vast capitalist conspiracy called FIFA that will extract every nickel possible. But nonetheless,
FIFA is a partner of UNICEF.
They should be, yes,
And
right.
you may have seen the Barcelona Football Club T-shirts that say UNICEF across.
This is good. Just remember what the Holland people had to do in the last World Cup when they wore the wrong pants. Do you all remember that? So I think there are ways that you can use these tools of speaking to people and start conversations in a way, a broadcast way that then are followed up one-to-one. I think at the end, since this is a web conference, the point of the web are the individual point-to-point communications. So a woman whose 2-year-old has a high fever would love to talk to another mother whose 2-year-old has a high fever. There's a bonding of common interest across all cultures that can now occur because we're beginning to allow one person to talk to. So all of us now have a job. We have 280 million people in Africa with cell phones. We have to call them all. We have to make a link. And out of those links will come bondings and common interests. I often say in Silicon Valley or in California to people, can you name anybody in Kenya? One person? Can you name one person? If you can't, aren't you missing out on something? So if we can find a way that one person can be linked to one person, it will then grow. And remember, you can do this on a scale never possible before. So this is a major change.
I think that also, though, on the question of quality of information, it's a challenge because knowledge changes, information changes, your discovery changes, and how do you continually, take things off as sort of the authority on certain issues and put the new things on? We're looking now at how do we put knowledge onto the web. We're looking first at putting it on the intranet for use and looking at by the people in UNICEF, but then having it peer reviewed before it goes up on the internet. But again, how do you continually update information? It's a challenge. And so I think not only is it a challenge to those who maintain things that are on your web pages, but it's also a challenge for those who are getting information off the internet, off technology tools, to question that information and verify it and have conversations about it, because you can't trust everything that goes up, and you have to have some way of validating and bringing around knowledge and communities of interest around what is really the best available information on a certain issue at a certain point in time.
It's true. At the base, all of us do the same thing. We turn to somebody we trust in an area we know nothing about. So everybody here, there's somebody you turn to and you're asking about water. There's somebody whose opinion you respect. And if you look inside the mailing lists, you'll find there are people who, when they post, or the wiki pages, when some particular person that's a true expert posts, everybody reads that because it's something important. That's the kind of shared knowledge we have to elucidate. Who are our treasures that really know something about something to whom we turn? You know, we all have anecdotal knowledge. Maybe there's a way to capture this throughout the organization so that you have just those opinion leaders or truth tellers that you always rely on, and then you honor them, hoping that doesn't corrupt them, and build so that there are new ones coming along that have knowledge.
Well, I think we're now about 20 minutes into our coffee break. So I'm going to stop this, but thank you, John Gage, so much for being with us, for sharing your wonderful knowledge.